Guys, welcome back to Illuminator11 and welcome if it is your first time checking out the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for the comments and the likes. So today we are going to talk about surrender on your journey as a divine feminine. And this is something that we hear about a lot on this journey. It is an important stage for you to get to as a divine feminine on your journey, and an important stage for you to continue to be in, or for you to continue to work on as well as you move forward on your path. And this week, the last two videos that I've done have been bringing in a lot of messages about letting go for the divine feminine, holding on tightly, and and surrender. So I feel that's why I'm being guided to talk about it today. And for me as well, surrender and letting go sort of work hand in hand. They are sort of like the same sort of thing. And what is surrender? When you think of watching a film, for example, and someone is, sort of in a situation where they have to come out of a situation, they have no control over the situation, they realize there's nowhere else for them to go, they sort of come out with their hands up, and it's that energy of surrender. And, on the journey as well, for me, surrender is about giving it to God, putting your hands up and saying to God, I surrender on this journey. I give this journey to you. This journey comes from the Creator. And I've spoken about this surrender quite a lot, when talking in other videos about, when that energy comes through for the divine feminine. It's about that giving it to God, surrendering it to God and saying, this journey comes from you. I give it to you. It's about realizing that you have no control over this journey as a divine feminine. You cannot make anything happen. You cannot do anything to make your divine masculine do anything. You realize that, it's about you. The only thing that you can focus on and work on and do something about is yourself. So when it comes to your divine masculine and how the journey goes, you give it to God. You surrender and you say, God, I give this to you. And also surrender is not about, letting go of your divine masculine or your twin. You cannot do that. And, it's about remembering that you are one. You and them are one. So you cannot let go of yourself. You cannot let go of them. Their energy is always with you. You may not be together in the 3D world, in the physical world, but they are always with you. You are one. So you cannot let go of them. You're not letting go of them, but you are letting go of certain things when it comes to this journey. You are surrendering and giving the struggle to the Creator. That's the struggle of trying to control the journey, the struggle of trying to think about it in the mind, because what you are doing on this journey, we are coming from the mind and coming into soul. You're moving into soul, and that is what, you do as you surrender. Because when it comes to the soul just is, and the soul is just love. But the mind, the logical mind, and it's, they should have done this by now. They, expecting them to do certain things. Why are they not contacting me? Thinking about this journey in a logical way. You have to let go of that, because this is not about logic. This is about letting go, surrendering, that trying to think of it like any other relationship that you've ever had, or that to think of it that they should have done this by now. It's been this long, they should have done this. Why they're not contacting me? So it is saying that they don't care or whatever. Thinking about it in the mind, you have to let go. You have to surrender that. So you surrender the struggle, the worry, the doubt even of your journey. You have to surrender that. And these are stages that you go through as a divine feminine on your journey. And they come through by you working on yourself. As I said, you have to let go of everything else about this journey, but you have to come back to yourself. You have to come back and put everything on you. So, you surrender the worry, the anxiety, the panic. You give that to God. That's the struggle on this journey, trying to make things happen, trying to, see why they are not doing this, when are they coming, how are they going to come. You have to surrender all that. That's what surrender is. It's about letting go of all those things that sort of take you away from your own peace. Because when you are constantly in the mind and you're worrying about why are they not coming, saying? What are they doing? Where are they? You know, when are they going to come? You know, why haven't they contacted me by now? And they should have contacted me by now. You are in the mind. And you are constantly going around, round and round in your mind. And, you know, and it's keeping you away from your peace. It is keeping you away from, you know, just being in that soul, because soul is, as I said, is all just about the love. So you are working through those things in yourself. That's why you have to put all the focus on you as a divine feminine. Focus on where you need to do healing on your own journey, healing your past, where you need to do the inner work, you know, to work through certain things and, you know, heal certain things such as, you know, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, you know, things that happened in your childhood. You have to work through all that. So that's why you have to pull all your energy back to yourself, put all the focus on you and, you know, and work through those things so that you can keep moving and releasing the fear, the worry, the doubt of your journey. When it comes to the doubt as well, that's something that you have to surrender and let go of, because, you know, you have to, this journey is something that you know within yourself. You know, your mind can tell you all sorts of stories, but when it comes to this journey, you know this deep within. And I know this because I am on this journey. When I let my mind start to go or run with, you know, all sorts of stories, or when I used to do that a lot, you know, when I started this journey and I was so much in the mind and, you know, trying to think about everything in a logical way and, you know, and all these things, I would get lost in that. And, you know, and it will put me in a place of doubt. But when you come to the soul and you are not focusing on, you know, trying to think of this in the mind, you just come to that place of love. That's why this journey is teaching you unconditional love. And, you know, and it's also why this journey is about getting to that place of, you know, that unconditional love whereby there is no more expectation. There's no more demanding. There is no more putting conditions on this journey. There is just that love. And that's what you're working on as a divine feminine as you keep moving forward on your journey. And, you know, sometimes you can go forward, sometimes you can go back, but it's all part of your journey. But, you know, it is all part of that surrender energy where you get to that place of just loving. You just love your divine masculine. You're not expecting them to come at a certain time or to come, you know, in a certain way. You are just loving. But you know in your heart, you know deep within, it's that inner knowingness that comes from within, that even if you in your mind, you start to say to yourself, okay, I'm not going to do this. They have not coming. I'm not doing this. But there's always that part deep within you that knows that there is that connection and you can't get away from that. So, you know, that is about you just letting go of all that other struggle that has to do with the mind, that has to do with the expectation and the worry, you know, if they will come, you know, you have to know because you have that inner knowingness. So you trust in that. You trust in your own inner knowingness that they will come at the right time. But you have to, you know, surrender the when. You have to surrender the when it's going to happen, the how it is going to happen. You know, this is part of the divine plan. And I spoke about the divine plan yesterday. So do check out that video yesterday. So you have to sort of give it to the creator, surrender and give it to the creator. You don't know when it's going to happen. You know, you don't know how it's going to happen. You don't need to know that. It is not your part to know that. So you have to realize that, you know, get to the place of surrendering that to the way that things are when it comes to the divine plan, when it comes to your journey. So it's about surrendering to divine timing, you know, that everything will come in at the time that it is meant to, and, you know, and you find peace. When you are in the surrender stage, you get to a place of finding peace in yourself. You know, you find peace because you're not trying to control things. And when you try and control something that you have no control over, what tends to happen, or, you know, you try and force and push things and make things happen, you know, or you're trying too hard, what tends to happen is things won't happen the way that you want them to happen. And you end up feeling discouraged, you end up feeling angry, you feel upset. It's all these things that you're doing within yourself, to yourself, because you're not in the energy of surrender. That's why it's such an important stage on your journey, to surrender all that struggle, the need to control, the timing of when it's going to happen, the anxiety, the worry, the fear, the doubt. You have to surrender all that. The trying to think of it in a logical way, because it's not going to be happening the way that you try and think that the relationship should go this way, because it is not a normal relationship, or whatever you may want to call a normal relationship, or I would say the relationship that you are used to, or that society says things have to be this way. It's not that. So you have to let go. You have to surrender all that, and you give it to God. When you give it to God, you will find that peace within. You will get to a place within yourself where, your focus is now on knowing that, it is about you moving forward on your own journey, doing things for you, working on your mission, doing the things that you love, finding joy in your own life. But when you're in the mind too much and you're thinking about it and you're wondering why it's not happening and all these things, it's like you're creating all this, in yourself, and it's keeping you away from focusing on the things that you need to focus on in your life. It's keeping you away from finding your joy and your peace and doing the things that you love and working on your mission, because you're constantly lost in the mind and anger or upset and discouragement because things are not happening the way that you want them to happen. Things are not going to happen the way that you want them to happen on this journey. They are happening as part of the divine plan, in the right divine timing, and according to divine will. So it is about you, sort of getting to that place of aligning yourself to divine will. And when you align yourself to divine will, you get to that place of surrender, because you trust, you have faith in the Creator, in the divine, that everything will come in for you at the right time. And the way you get to that place of surrender is through you doing that work on yourself. Rather than focusing on your divine masculine and what they're doing, bring all that back to you. Why are you in that energy whereby you are worrying about it so much, or the timing and all these things? It's something that you have to work on in yourself. Everything is bringing you back to you when it comes to this journey. Rather than focusing on the divine masculine and why they're not coming and how long it's been and all those things, come back to yourself and see maybe maybe you're focusing on why are they not communicating with you? Where are you not communicating with yourself? When it comes to your own inner world, where are you not communicating with yourself? Where are you not moving forward when it comes to your own journey? Turn everything round that you're putting to your divine masculine and start looking at it within yourself. That's part of how you carry on to keep doing that work on yourself and to help things to help yourself to get more into that energy of surrender. It's about doing your inner work, your healing, and and bringing everything back to you rather than focusing on them. And the more you bringing everything back to you, the more you get into that energy of surrender, because you're trusting in God, you're giving it to God, you're giving the journey that you have no control over, that you realize that, you cannot get away from it. It is part of your life, because you and your twin are one, and, they're always with you. So you cannot get away from it. So you are in the place of accepting this connection for what it is. And getting into that place of love for your divine masculine, because, you are one and you are meant to be, and you actually are in acceptance and in the energy of unconditional love when it comes to this journey. And all that helps you, because you are more, it helps you to move forward on your journey, because you're more in that energy of surrender. So that's what I just wanted to share. When it comes to surrender the struggle, the control, the thinking logically and trying to make it happen a certain way, or it should be like this, the timing, when it's going to happen, if it is going to happen, trust that it will happen, because it's part of the divine plan. That deep within, surrender the doubt. You know, let go when it comes to, you know, focusing so much on your divine masculine. Focus on yourself. You know, surrender the journey itself to God. Give it to God and focus on you. And that is going to help things to move forward. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope you have a great day, guys. Sending you all so much love.